Then another issue that you can run into at Christmas are children specifically, but just individuals in general who are ungrateful. And I kind of want to unpack this for just a minute because this idea of being ungrateful for what you are given or what you have is a sign of discontentment. It is a sign of not being content with what you have. And we've talked before how contentment is key to good financial management. And so as an adult, especially if it's your child that I'm talking about, and I know nobody wants to think this way of their child, but it can be extremely true that your child is not grateful for the things that they are given. And, if they don't get the new PS5, they're not going to be happy with Christmas. Or if they don't get the new Xbox, they're not going to be happy with Christmas. That shouldn't be the case. And the reason that that shouldn't be the case is that they should have this sense of contentment about them. They should be taught contentment by their parents. And if they display those attitudes of not being grateful for what they're given, they need to be corrected. The children need to be corrected because in order for them to manage their money well in the future, in order for them to be nicer human beings, human beings that display gratitude, that are, we've talked about this before, being grateful and having gratitude is an attractive quality of an individual. Being somebody who is entitled and somebody who feels like they deserve all of these things is not an attractive quality. But it can rear its head in children a lot of times. I know we've all heard a little kid say, "No, that's mine. I want that," and they aren't good at sharing, right? Or we've also heard kids say they open a gift and they go, "Oh, well, that's not what I really wanted," or things like that, right? And so those attitudes, those things that are said need to be corrected. Children need to be grateful for what they have. And now, on an even broader scale, adults can be ungrateful for what they receive. And that is a much harder attitude to check. You can't really check that particular attitude. But if you are one of those adults, and I know it's hard to see in yourself, but if you have those feelings of, you see what you get and you feel like it is some reflection of how that person feels about you, and you're just like, you could have done better than that, or you could have, tried harder, or whatever. I didn't really like that, whatever it may be, right? If you have those types of attitudes, then you need to check yourself. And you are going to struggle to be a good manager of your own money. You're going to struggle to be somebody that other people want to be around, because if you're constantly griping and moaning about these things that other people are gifting you, then how much more are you going to gripe about the things that aren't gifts, things that are expected, services and things like that? You might end up being a Karen, right? And so if that is the case, to where you are that type of person who is a little ungrateful or discontented in your own life, then you do need to address those attitudes, or they will fester and they will become worse, and they will hold you back in certain areas of your life, not the least being your financial life.